Very, very excited because we've been expecting to be in this level since all this while, and thank God we are here today. I've been a champion of the league with Enyimba, so what remains for me is the FA Cup. So thank God I'm in the line now. We play against them in the league, in our home and away. So we are here to give them surprise. You understand? They surprised us as well in their home. So this is neutral ground. We want to make history. We want to give ourselves name. So collective effort, we talk to ourselves that Ranger is a champion. We want to be champion. That's why we play like this. Yes, they will meet us in final. 4 o'clock. That is the most important thing. First, we are in final. So we cannot underrate anything. If you can see, the Ranger, we did not underrate each other, but our game put us to the final. So definitely we will not underrate anything. We are going to meet ourselves in final.
Feel excited, happy to be at this final. 64 teams were able to be in the finals. It's not easy. As a player, 89, I lost in the semi-finals for Imwaya National year as a player. But as a coach, I've made a promise that I want to win this cup. And gradually, we're approaching it. So pray to God to give us that cup. Because it has been long in our state. It was these Rangers that defeated our team, 76. Since then, we've not been at this position. But with this now, we want to win it for our state. As former captain of this team, I captained this team for so many years. You understand? And as their coach now. So if I win it, it's going to be a very memorable thing for me.
Yeah, you know, the most important thing is that as a coach, as a player, he couldn't win it, but as a coach, he's gunning for it. Kwara United coach talking about that. Damilola Onifade of FRCN joins us right now in the studio. Dami, how are you?
It's good to be here. I'm fine.
You're from Oyo State, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, yeah.
Proud of you.
Proud of you. I get that. You'll be following the Federation Cup, or Austin usually call it, you know, how do I put it? Austin, what do you call Federation Cup again? There's a name you call the President Federation Cup.
It's the Upset Cup. That's what it is.
Upset Cup, yes. I was gonna I was trying to remember that. The Upset Cup. That's what he calls it. I mean, were you surprised by what happened? I mean, I was thinking, no matter what it is, we know Rangers will be playing classification game on the final day against Shooting Stars. We were thinking, just maybe, you know, they will be able to get something out of the season as defending champions. Lechuku obviously is not a happy man at the moment.
Well, it is what it is. I think it just sums up the kind of season that Rangers have had. You expect so much from them this season, but they've not been able to live up to it. I'm happy for Kwara United. I think the two teams that you favor to win the semi-final actually lost out. I'm more surprised. Kwara United is a surprise, but Abakaliki FC in the final is the biggest.
I already had it, Ikorodu and Rangers.
Honestly, I had it written somewhere that this is the script for the final.
Yeah. They told the scripts.
I totally agree with Austin. This is actually the Offset Cup. And the same thing we had last year. We had El Kanemi Warriors from the lower division also winning in that final. But they should watch their back. These Abakaliki guys seems to be on a mission. And it will be difficult to stop them.
Yeah, it is really. Maybe before we, you know, digest or rather dissect these Rangers and Kwara United game, let's quickly give you the results, you know, what it was like for Abakaliki and also for Kwara United. Just take a look at confirmation of the results of what went down on Wednesday. That's the President Federation Cup, the semi-final result. You have Kwara United beating Rangers by a lone goal right here in Lagos. And the other one happens to be Abakaliki and Ikorodu City. This game ended goalless, but Abakaliki went on to win 5-4 on penalties. The game went into penalties, and that's why they're here. So now, the final, what do you see? You're seeing these two teams that no one ever expected to be here, and you're seeing two of them actually competing in the final. So you're having Abakaliki and Kwara United. They will be competing in the final of the President Federation Cup. Who could have thought that this will happen? But that's what is going on. Austin, I mean, Rangers, when they were playing in Lagos, we felt, okay, this is a place where they can easily get something out. I remember when they played a semi-final against Benin Insurance the last time. I think it was, when they played against Benin Insurance, they won. But right now, this is something you're looking at Rangers, you're looking at Kwara United, you're thinking, okay, that lone goal will not be what it is, because just 2 minutes into the second half, that's when Alalade scored that goal. Wasiu Alalade scored that goal, and it was an error, and that was it.
That's it, Cecilia, you know, and with the cup games, they don't look at anybody's face. This year has proven to be the year of the underdogs, and we're saying it's happening all over Europe, from Crystal Palace to Newcastle winning, to Tottenham winning, to Bologna doing what they did. Look at it in Nigeria too. Kwara United, first ever final in the Federation Cup. Abakaliki KFC defeated Eimba, stunned Nasarawa United, and now they sent Ikorodu City packing. I even tipped Ikorodu City as favourites to win the Federation Cup. But where we are, and there's just something about having players with a winning mentality. That's who Wasiu Alalade is. And he said it. He said, look, I've tasted victory with Eimba. I want to do the same thing with Kwara United. And when people are quick to say, you know, on paper, who is to win in a game of football, I laugh. You didn't listen to Kotunde Sani. He carried the beef from how many years ago when it was Wanyahu National. He reminded us what happened, and now he said they will not beat me again. They made me suffer as a player. It's not going to happen as a coach. You know, so a lot of things happen with football. And when people give the analysis and make it look like on paper it's the current stats, no way. You know, and that's why when this goal came, I was like, okay, oh, there's still time. You know, Rangers were playing for a lot of things. Some of the players that I know have said, oh, we are going to play to respect and honor Chairman Christian Chukwu, God rest his soul, that this is the opportunity for them to get to the final, win it, and use the back door into the continent. But football has several ideas, particularly when it's a cup competition. And Damilola Olifade, if you take a look at the Federation Cup and what it has given to us and what we're saying now, it's another reminder that as a country, the NFF, everyone involved, we should take this competition seriously.
Honestly, I don't know why we're not taking it seriously. This is the oldest football competition in this country. It has a capacity to be the biggest, even on the continent, if we only would do the right thing. Every year, and it's not just this year. If you follow irrespective of the name, because the name seems to change more than we even change our stockings these days. Irrespective of the name, you have a situation where every year we have upsets, particularly at almost every round. Yes, there are years where you have the big boys still play in the final, but then you still have some of these smaller teams going as far as they can. And we don't build on that excitement. We don't build on that joy. For example, what is the level of publicity for people to know that the Almighty Rangers was in Lagos yesterday? If you're not a journalist, you probably
wouldn't even know. Yes.
You can see what the stadium looks like. So those are the things we need to do a bit more better. And I hope that one day the NFF will wake up.
Yeah, one day. I mean, that one day we've been saying it, right? Also, when you talk about games, that's why most times when I want to talk, I just talk about the game itself. Let's just focus on the game, what's on the field of play. If you want to go into administration, you sleep here, because what you said today, what's today's date? 21st May 2025. You come back maybe 10 years later, and you're going to be saying the same thing. I hope that won't happen this time around. More publicity should be given to the President Federation Cup, because it's the biggest, the oldest, and of course the upset cup, according to Austin. All right, Austin, let's get into the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, I mean, when you saw that list, what was in your mind? You're like, okay, let's start with the Unity Cup first, because that's going to be in London, and of course, it's in Brentford.
At the GTEC Stadium, we're looking forward to it. I have some Ghanaian friends who are already talking tough that they cannot wait to, you know, prove that their jollof has more pepper than Nigeria's own, you know. I can't wait to see what Eric Chelle wants to do with this one. Cecilia, you know my stance with lists. As long as they are professional players, let them play. But I don't understand why you have some players playing the Unity Cup and then we won't see them again in Russia for the friendly, you know. So I really don't know what he's doing with this one, but shout out to the mix of home-based players that are also in the team, players from the Nigeria Premier Football League. There's been questions here and there, but I said, look, let's just give this guy an opportunity to see what he wants to build with this team, and then hopefully it will be something that will really get us talking. And Damilola, if you are playing a football game that has Nigeria versus Ghana, We don't want to know if you are going to pack players from Abakaliki KFC. Super Eagles fans just want you to go ahead and win. And I'm sure Eric Chelle understands that too.
I absolutely hope that he does, because that's one thing I've always been worried about with the current crop of the Super Eagles, particularly with also some of the foreign coaches. I think some of them don't even understand what football means to us sometimes. That when you play countries like Ghana, Cameroon, Senegal, to Nigerians, it's more than the 90 minutes on the pitch. It's all about the pride. It's all about our ego being attached to those games. So whether it's Unity Cup or whether it's Federation Cup, whatever cup, you cannot lose to Ghana if you are wearing the green and white of Nigeria. And I hope the coach understands that.
I hope he understands that. Now, let's take a look at the players that he has invited. We have 26 of them, and this 26 of them, you have Ahmed Musa there. But the thing is, the most consistent thing we usually have for Nigeria, the goalkeepers, whether they're playing or they're not, you always have them. So these are the goalkeepers, as usual. Stanley Wambali of Chipre United, Maduka Okoye Udinese in Italy, and of course, Amas Obasoge playing right there in Tanzania. Now, the defenders, Bruno Yemachi from Olympiacos is here. Oluwaseun Logo Ajayi is also here. West Bromwich Albion in England. You have Igor Ogbu of Slava Praha in Czech Republic. You have Junior Harrison Ndukar from Remo Stars, one of the home-based players. Ifeanyi Onyebuchi from Enugu. Sadiq Ismaila from Remo Stars. And you have Waliu Ojetoye from Ikorodu City. Now, in the midfield, Indeed is leading that from Leicester City in England, Frank Oyeka Osberg in Germany, Xavier Isaac from Rangers, Crisantos Uche from Getafe in Spain, Papa Daniel Mustafa from Niger Tornadoes, and you have Collins Ugueze from Enugu Rangers. Now, for the forwards, Samuel Chukwueze, I mean, he's hot right now. AC Milan in Italy. Kelechi Iheanacho is back in the mix in Middlesbrough in England. You have Moses Simon, of course, in Nantes in France. Nathan Taylor from Bayer Leverkusen, he's back in the squad also of all players in Germany. And Siri Dessers is also here, Glasgow and Rangers. Now, we continue with that. Sikri Alimi of Raymond Stars is also there. Tolu Akorodere of Genk in Belgium. Ahmed Musa of Kanu Pillars. Adamu Abubakar of Plateau United. I have, of course, the player that is available for training only. He will not be playing. Happens to be Felix Agu of Werder Bremen in Germany. So these are the stars for that Unity Cup right there in Brentford in London. Okay, now let's take a look at the players for the Russia friendly on June 6th. As I mentioned earlier, the goalkeepers, they are the ones. You have Maduka Okoye, of course, and Amas Obasogie. So these are the goalkeepers. So let's go to the defenders. William Troost-Ekong, he wasn't in that one. That's what Austin was talking about earlier. He's missing in the London Unity Cup, but he's right here. He will play the friendly against Russia. Olaoluwa Aino from Nottingham Forest, Bright Osei Samuel of Fenerbahce in Turkey, Bruno Oyemachi is in both squad, Jai is also in both squad, Igor Ogbu also in both squad. Let's take a look at the midfielders. Ndidi in both squad, Frank Onyeka, Rafael Oyedika is here, he's not in the other one. Fisayo Dele Bashiru, Crisantos Uche is also in both squad. You have Papa Daniel Mustafa, who is also in both the Unity Cup and also the Russia friendly. Victor Boniface is here from Bayer Leverkusen, but it's not in the other squad. Samuel Chukwueze is in both. Kelechi Iheanacho both. Moses Simon is both. Nathan Taylor is both. Tolu in both. Umar Sadiq is not in the other, who plays for Valencia in Spain. He's not in Unity Cup, but he's right here. But two names that are big, they're actually missing, happens to be, we know that Victor Osimhen and Demola Lookman. And someone was saying, just maybe these guys said, you know what, let's just excuse us from here and let's just recover from a very, very tense season.
Well, I think it depends on what we want to achieve. The coach can give any allowance for any player not to be called up. Every other player there also had a very tense season. Some of them even fought against relegation. So I don't think that will be the... I just feel it depends on what the coach wants to achieve. But I hope that the absence of Moses will be that we can take advantage and find a proper replacement, not just to try players out, but intentionally work at somebody being the next after Osimhen in the #9 position for the Super Eagles. And I also hope that some of the home-based players, particularly the fact that their names were on both lists, will get some play time. This idea of calling players 5-6 games and then they do not take action at all is something I don't see the reason why we keep calling them if we think they are not good enough. And not just the home-based players. There are some foreign-based players there that we also call that we don't use. I hope that in these 3 games, they will have at least some minutes, and let's see what they can do.
Okay, we'll see what they can do. Unity game, right, Austin? Unity Cup, because I know that Austin is big on that one. You'll be watching that live right there in London, right?
I'll try to be there.
Okay.
But Cecilia,
okay.
Before we leave this, that I really, understand what you're trying to say. But with Eric Chelle and this team, we don't want this. Our football isn't in the stage of experimentation right now. we want you to see your real players, work with them, because we've got the people ahead of us. Don't give us this. People have questioned why are the big players missing from one of the friendly and the other. Why don't we have Osimhen and Taiwo and Ademola Lookman? If it was a vital club game, they're gonna be there. These are early signs that Eric Chelle. Oh, Cecilia, get on with this.
Let's leave it. Unity Cup is going to kick off 27th of May right there at Brentford. Right, Trinidad and Tobago, Ghana, Nigeria, and Jamaica are the 4 teams taking part in the Unity Cup. Okay, let's talk about this one. Yes, we've been waiting, anticipating it. It happened the last night, Europa League. After 17 years, you have a club. I think it was only fitting a club 17th position. They waited for 17 years to get their first trophy. Maybe only fitting for them to be able to achieve that. Maybe just no script. When you write the script, you tear it. You write another, you tear it. You write another, you tear it. United players were acting as if they've already won it, forgetting that Tottenham have beaten them 3 times. I mean, this is the 4th time. I'm wondering, when you have a coach who won 6 games in 26 matches since he came in November, there's a whole lot, really. And people have been talking, it could have been Garnacho starting, Victor Lindelof starting, just everything. Sum it up for us. What do you think about that Europe?
First of all, I think the shameful thing about what is happening in England is that nobody is talking about Amorim's job. They are talking about Postecoglou's job after winning a title. I mean, I find that very strange.
Because he was under pressure to win this, or he's leaving.
But he has won, so why are we still talking about his job? I mean, the guy should keep his job.
Spurs, Spurs sacked Jose Mourinho
before a final.
Okay, so it's Tottenham.
This one will take a bigger kick than that one if it does happen. But I think I was happy for Spurs last night. I think they deserved it. They played better. It wasn't an exciting final to watch. They played to just win and get that title.
I think in the last 20 minutes, now seems like
a because United were now desperate. I think they played to win, and for me, I don't begrudge them. We're just 90 minutes from glory. There is nothing that, whether the game is beautiful or not, today you have a title. And most of those players are winning their first title, including Son, their captain.
Yeah.
I think that was quite good for United. If you think for United, they couldn't have gone lower. I think yesterday was the deepest I've ever seen United ever since I've been watching them. And I don't know how they'll bounce back. You think
it's the formation, maybe?
I think there are a lot of things that is wrong. Number one is that I'm not saying Amorim is not a good coach, but I do not like coaches that come into a system. You know that these players cannot play the system, and you can't tweak it. I find a problem with that.
Yeah, he said he's not changing the system.
And he keeps saying it. He'll continue to do it the way he wants to do it. Now, and that's why I'm scared that even next season can they bounce back, because there is no way he's not going to sell 10 players and bring in 10 new players.
Where's the money?
So at some point he will have to adjust. The game they lost yesterday means that they can't even just jump into the market and buy players anywhere. I find it strange.
We have to get reactions, right?
Yeah, that's football for you guys. Manchester United stayed unbeaten, not just in the Europa League, but across Europe. And then got to the final and just couldn't find that edge. But football just needed to favor Tottenham. That's their first European title since 1984. And that also ended their 17-year trophy drought. It's a good one for them. North London is buzzing. I can tell you authoritatively that they have new songs to taunt Arsenal now. Arsenal cannot. If Arsenal and Tottenham is playing now, there are a lot of songs to just tell Arsenal, you cannot be talking when Tottenham
Show me your
speaking.
Trophy.
Let's listen to Postecoglou and Ruben Amorim on the show tonight.
the impact it has on them. Some of them, you know, it's obviously 17 years since our last trophy, 41 in Europe. Some of them have never had a night like this. So, you know, but, you know, it's a reward for them. And we've got a really young group of players. And, you know, you can talk to them about success and what it means, but until they feel it, you know, it doesn't become real. And I've got no doubt that all those boys tonight, having this feeling, will want this again. And to get it again, they're going to have to make similar sort of sacrifices. They've climbed the mountain now, so they know that what it takes to sort of get to where we are. And I think that does. It accelerates the, you know, the opportunities to build a team that can be successful. And I still feel there's a lot of work to be done. I think that's quite obvious, but not as much work as people may think. You know, people can bang on about our 20 league defeats and where we are, but you know, they're missing the point of what we're trying to build here, or what I'm trying to do anyway. And I really feel that tonight can, you know, be a great platform for us to kick on.
I'm always open. If the board and the fans feel that I'm not the right guy, I will go in the next day without any conversation about compensation. But I will not quit again. I'm really confident on my job. And as you can see, I will not change nothing in the way I do things. To understand that it's tough for a club like ours not to be in the Champions League, but we have to use the other side. So if we have more time, we have more time to think, to work on, during the week, and to be better in Premier League. That will be our focus. We didn't perform perfect today, but we were better than the opponent, and the opponent also play. In the second half, we try everything with the center defenders, with the players wide, the crosses, go inside the box. So I think I'm really honest with you guys, so I expect the same. And there are some days that I said that we were really poor. I think today was not the day. We were not perfect.
He's stubborn.
No, because, I mean, coaches are like that. Arteta is like that, you know. Eddie Howe, to an extent, is also like that. But him saying that, oh, I will not quit, but you will not change. You need to change, you know, because if it's not working, you need to change it. I don't know if we've got more time. I think this is where we'll stop it. So, Cecilia, maybe you have more time for us to listen to Tottenham fans, but it's a big, big, massive win for Tottenham, you know, and they use that backdoor now to get into Europe. That's the show. In London, I'm Austin Okunakpan. In everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.
Back door into Europe, but the most important thing is that they will be playing Champions League football next season. It's only fit in the year that Harry Kane won a title for a trophy, Son also winning the other part. But quickly, Alejandro Garnacho, he has said something that he has played every round in the game, but in the final he played only 20 minutes. He's upset. You think he's going to be leaving?
I think the young man should. Apparently the coach doesn't have enough trust in him. Don't forget, this is not the first issue they will have this season.
December.
So I think he should find his way. However, I think he's also overhyping his own ability.
All right. I mean, thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cecilia Mogbe. I'll be leaving you with reactions coming from Tottenham Hotspur fans who traveled to Bilbao to watch their team win their first trophy in 17 years. Good night.